Resident Evil Requiem is a horror game. And one thing about me, I'm a big pussy. I don't like horror games. I don't touch them. But I've always wanted to play horror games like Outlast or Silent Hill, but I always was just too scared to play. But Resident Evil might have helped me out, get over this little fear I had. The balance with horror and action helped me really get used to Grace. I always felt a big relief whenever I was playing as Leon, and then start getting scared again as the 4 minutes you get with Leon end. There's a lot of very good things of Resident Evil 9 and very little bad. Like, one of the bad things that I will run into was the cutscenes. They would always be 2 or 3 seconds delayed. They ruined the cutscenes before the final. Like, one of the cutscenes that completely got ruined for me were the last ones, like before the last boss fight. It would constantly clip, I don't know what it was, but it would get delayed constantly by 2-3 seconds, and it was extremely annoying. This would constantly happen throughout the game. I haven't really seen anyone talk about it. I think the only person that mentioned this was when I saw a video by Moist Critical, and he was the only person I've heard mention this. Other than that, no one else has. But other than that, in glitches and stuff like that, the game was clean. I think the game only crashed once, and that's it. Other than that, there's nothing really else that bothered me throughout the game. Only up until the end, into the very end of the game. But we'll get there. The mansion is where we are at for the first half of the game. Was without a doubt my favorite area in the game. We play as Grace a large majority of the game. Here, you get to play as Leon, but it's not as much. Playing as Grace was for sure a massive game changer for me. I'm so used to, playing games where I'm in control, where I'm not fearing for my life, where I'm not running away from enemies. It was 100% a massive change for me. And in the mansion, when you're playing as Grace, you don't have as much ammo. You honestly get hit harder, if I'm correct. For the first 2 hours of me playing as Grace in the mansion, I was I just didn't attack anything. I would try to sneak by, but as I kept playing, I started playing a little more aggressive, but not I didn't play like Leon. As Grace, I would sneak by, but at the same time, I played it if you're playing Call of Duty Zombies, I would make them follow me, and I would shoot their heads and stuff like that, and try to pick them off one by one. One thing I really did like was collecting coin to buy the items in the right side of the building. I think in that one hidden room where you have to find that one red gem. If I'm correct, it's in the right side of the room with the butcher walking by it. The blob enemy was a nice surprise. I completely forgot. I saw it in the trailers, but I didn't think I was gonna run into it that quickly. In the left side of the building, it has a very gruesome death. It was very gruesome. I didn't expect it to be that bad. I was having a lot of fun with Grace. I didn't feel that horror where in RE7 where you didn't have that much control. I still didn't have that much control because I was playing as Grace and I didn't have that much access to ammo and stuff like that. But all the fun I was having as Grace quickly ended as the girl monster from the beginning came back and took Emily from us after getting the last piece of the puzzle to open the door and get out of there. But things can never be too easy, so we have to enter the basement. Now, The basement was when I truly was scared. Like I, that was like where the full horror came in. In the surface of the mansion, I didn't really feel it. I kind of felt it, but not enough where I was shitting my pants. Everything I got used to in the surface of the mansion got thrown out the window. I had to relearn everything. Not actually everything, but some of the things. What we had to do was get 3 fuses so that we could open the cell where Emily was getting held up on. The basement took me so long to complete because I kept feeling like the girl was just right behind me and was gonna get me. So I kept running back to the safe room, but she was never really right behind me. To be honest, like now that I look back at the area and I replay it, if I replay it, it will probably be an area that will take me like 20 minutes to complete. in all seriousness, what made it worse is that I barely had any ammo when I entered the basement. I think I had like 5 bullets on me, so it was a struggle at the beginning, but you know, we got over it. You know, we keep moving. I'm goated. What more can I say, bro? Finally, I did get all 3 fuses, let Emily out, started getting chased, and the girl almost got to us, but we made it out. We add the final piece to the door, we run out, and guess what we find? A suspicious looking guy in a helicopter that can take us out. But of course, he doesn't have the key to the helicopter. So we have to run into the house, run around, get chased, and probably the only moment in the game where Grace has such urgency. Her run was extremely funny with her, her arms flailing around. We go outside, but before we go outside, we see Gideon for the first time. Well, not the first time. What am I saying? I just haven't mentioned him. He shows up, but when we leave, he's like nowhere to be seen. Like, he just disappears. I don't think there's like any other way out of the house. So how all right, but we go outside, we see the guy, we give him the keys, we get out. Emily is hurt, and we crash because why wouldn't we? Well, there's a bunch of zombies on the helicopter. Of course, it crashes. Leon helps us out. We go into the church, and we finally, probably the last section of the mansion, we enter the water plantation after Leon helps us out, and we finally have the final battle with the girl because she comes back and attacks us. Another little scary section. We had to turn the lights on, if I'm correct, and we got to her. We got her. She dies, very gruesome. Again, she melts. That's like probably worse than the blob, because the blob, he just like no, to be honest, the girl's worse, 100% worse. But probably the worst thing to happen was Emily dying. Like it was just so, I don't know, it was gruesome because she just turned into this fleshy monster. And well, Leon catches up to us and shoots her, but while Grace is screaming at him not to. And well, he doesn't kill Emily because of course he doesn't. He didn't hit any of the vitals. Like, imagine that. But Grace is very upset, and so she walks away, leaves Leon, and she joins Gideon and Sion, the copy of Wesker. Why did she join them? I still don't understand why she did that. I guess she was just upset. But anyways, she's also told that she's like the key to Lupus. I forgot about that. After playing the whole mansion section, the mansion for sure was my favorite part of the game. But now that we're done with the mansion, we finally get to play as Leon longer than a minute. Leon. What couldn't you say about Leon? His one-liners, his roundhouse kicks. What's not to like? He was so fun to play as him. it reminded me of Resident Evil 4, which I love. That Capcom did an incredible job at capturing the gameplay on RE4 and adding it into RE9 with the balance of horror with grace. I did feel a little awkward when I went from Leon to Grace in the first section of the game, even at the last section, because it was just such a change of pace. But it was not enough where it completely ruined the experience for me. It was cool to see Raccoon City after, you know, the nuke destroyed it in RE2. Not RE3, what am I saying? But we finally get to play as Leon, and I really enjoyed playing as Leon for longer than a minute. It felt like playing Resident Evil 4 again, as I said before, and that is really all I got to say about Leon, to be honest. It's classic Leon. I mean, there's nothing really different about it. I'm used to it. As Grace, I have more to say because, well, I'm not used to playing like in that horror way of you know, gaming. As Leon, it wasn't something new to me. It was very similar to other things. His boss fights were the funnest part about him. You know, with Mr. X, for sure was my favorite boss fight. And also, one thing I really did like with Grace collecting coin. With Leon, I really liked the tracking point system they had for killing enemies. It made you want to play more aggressive, unlike with Grace. It really stimulated my brain because I really like to see numbers go up. Oh, and also he's dying from the T-virus. I also glossed over that. I think I'm doing that a lot. Leon has to find a cure, and it's connected to Lupus, which Grace is connected to as well. As I said, she's like the key to it. What is Lupus? I don't know. I never really understood what it was throughout the game. But, you know, 7-minute guy and Gideon have a very big attraction to it. So, what can you do? We finally find out where all three of them are held up on. They're in a secret lab by Umbrella all the way in the bottom of the crater, I think. I may be wrong. I don't know. But we finally get to the lab, and in my opinion, the lab was probably the worst point in the game, even though it's the last point of the game. It just didn't have that aura, you know? It just felt bland. And you know, I just didn't really like it. Like, we first get to play as Grace in this area, and it wasn't, well, we get to play as Leon first, but the most we get to play as is with Grace. But with Grace, it wasn't scary anymore. There was not like an enemy that will hunt you down, like the girl or like the butcher or the blob. That enemy, there was none of that. There was like these fleshy things, but other than that, they weren't that threatening. Just throw a bottle of acid at them and they will just die. Playing as Leon was, you know, still playing as Leon. It was cool. You know, we got to fight. I forgot his name. I forget everyone's name, but I'll show a clip of him. We got to fight the guy that we all like, but other than that, it was still Leon. All the classic Leon, his one-liners and shit. One cool thing about him was that the T-virus finally got to him. Like, for a minute, I thought he was actually gonna die, which we're gonna get to that. But no, if we're playing as him all the way, I think basically reaching the last area of the game, the last boss fight, Leon gets like stunned like every 3 minutes. Which is pretty cool. I was kind of worried it was gonna get annoying, but it doesn't last that long. It's not. It's like, to be honest, it lasts like 10 minutes, like the whole section when you're playing like that. But we finally find out the secret of why Grace is so important to this and why she's connected to Lupus. Is she's a clone by Spencer, and she was given up to her mom, Miss Ashcroft, which dies in the very beginning of the game. Well, she doesn't die. Well, it's a flashback, so it doesn't matter. And because she's a clone, given up by Spencer, that's the only reason why Sino and Gideon think she's like very special to this. Doesn't make really much sense, but I guess. But after this, we run up a few elevators, just one elevator, and we find Leon passed out, literally about to enter the room where Sino's waiting. We pick him up, we go into the room, and the cutscene plays. And guess what happens? It gets delayed by like 2-3 seconds, and it gets ruined for me. I didn't hate it because I was still following along, like even though it's 2-3 seconds behind. It was a little annoying, but we finally put in the big code, the password, which is nothing because we destroyed it. Yep, we destroyed it, and I got the bad ending. It was very bad. I thought it was gonna be the good ending because like before I go and put in the password, she says like, oh, she has a plan, and I thought that the plan was to destroy it. I didn't think it was to get Lupus and do good by it. I didn't think that was the thing I was supposed to do. But anyways, luckily Capcom gives you a chance to go back and redo it. And I put in Hope, which is the password to it, and the answer to Lupus. And it turns out that Lupus was just like a cure. It was just a cure. And Sino and Gideon were wrong. You know, with all this hype behind Lupus, I thought it was gonna be like a bomb to destroy the world. But no, it was just a cure. And they were humbled. Like Gideon says, he was humbled by his master. And Sino, Sino gets very mad about it because he injects himself without really thinking about it. Like he just didn't question anything about it, and his powers get taken away. What a dumbass. And then Gideon appears out of nowhere because last time we saw Gideon, he was thrown out of a bridge with a burning bike, and we thought he was dead. No, but he comes back. Of course he does. But Sino and Gideon get into a little argument, and here I thought Xion was gonna go and kill Gideon, because throughout the game, Xion has been like portrayed as like the big bad of the game, like he was gonna be the last boss we fight. But no, we're completely wrong. We were completely wrong the whole game. It was a waste of time, and Gideon roasts him. They complain back. He roasts him. Tells him he's just a cheap copy, and kills him. He just cuts his head off, and that's the end of Xion.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
My God, my boy say he's in the Aston doing donuts!
It's over, Victor. The canal.
I know my innocence will eventually.
This nigga doing the most. This nigga doing the most, nigga.
It's kind of upsetting. I was kind of annoyed. That's like, to be honest, that's like my main grudge against this game was how they got rid of Xion and how Gideon became the main enemy. It was kind of weird, but not enough where I just hate the game and it got ruined. Nah, it's just a little upsetting. It was just something I wish they didn't do. I wish that Gideon was the one that got killed and Xion was the last boss. But also Leon got cured. I forgot to mention that. And we finally reach the last boss fight with Gideon, which I have to correct myself, because last time I said that Mr. X was my favorite boss fight. It's not. It's totally 100% Gideon. It's a cool boss fight, and also it turns out he's a pursuer. So that was pretty cool. It was random, but we fight him. It was pretty cool. My favorite boss fight. And Chris Redfield showed up, so the ending was just packed with everything. Resident Evil 9. It's a great game. It's a great game. It's just that one thing at the end, and that's it. The gameplay was great. The story was great up until the end. I'm still a little annoyed by it, but it was fun. And also Emily lives because Leon is to go and didn't hit any of her vitals, and it was fun. It was fun. The whole game was fun. I really loved it. I will for sure play Outlast probably in a year from now because I'm still scared of horror games. But other than that, questionable but fun, you know? Not questionable, only the ending was questionable. I will for sure play it again. I've really been thinking about playing it again. Something else I want to talk about is some people have been complaining about how long the game is. For me, it took me 14 hours to complete. For some people, but some people think that 14 hours is not enough, that it should be like a 24-hour game. I don't think it has to be. Resident Evil it's just a very replayable game, just to the point where it is worth the $70 in my opinion. For some people it's not, and that's their opinion, but in my opinion it's worth the $70. Well, that's it. Bye.